For many of us, the day does not officially begin until we've had that first sip of something warm and comforting. For some, it's the earthy calm of tea. For others, it's the bold intensity of coffee. Both drinks have carved deep roots into human culture, from ancient ceremonies to morning routines in bustling cities. They both offer a moment of peace or a boost of energy, depending on what you need. But when it comes to hydration, the two go head-to-head in a debate that has simmered for decades. Which one truly hydrates you better? To get to the heart of this question, we need to take a step back and understand what hydration really means. Hydration is more than just drinking water. It's about how your body retains and uses the fluids you consume to keep vital systems running smoothly. From your brain function to your skin health, everything depends on staying well hydrated. And while water is the gold standard, not everyone reaches for a glass of it first thing in the morning. That's where tea and coffee enter the picture. On the surface, both tea and coffee are made primarily with water. In fact, about 95% of their content is water. This makes them more hydrating than you might assume, especially since many people have long believed that coffee, and even tea to a lesser extent, act as diuretics and therefore promote dehydration. That belief has stuck around, but modern research has taken a closer look and found a much more nuanced reality. Let's start with coffee. Its reputation as a dehydrating beverage is largely due to its caffeine content. Caffeine is known to have mild diuretic effects, meaning it can increase the need to urinate. This gave rise to the idea that drinking coffee would leave you losing more fluid than you gained. But studies now show that this is only partially true and largely dependent on how much caffeine you're consuming and whether your body is used to it. If you're a regular coffee drinker, your body adjusts to the caffeine over time, and the diuretic effect becomes negligible. In moderate amounts, coffee can contribute to your daily fluid intake just as much as other beverages. Now consider tea. Like coffee, most teas contain caffeine, though typically in smaller amounts. Green tea and black tea both offer a gentle pick-me-up without the jolt of a double espresso. Herbal teas, on the other hand, are usually caffeine-free. This is where tea really starts to stand out as a hydrating option. Without caffeine in the mix, there's no diuretic effect to worry about. Herbal teas like chamomile, rooibos, or peppermint essentially function the same way as flavored hot water and can be incredibly effective for hydration. The temperature of your beverage might also play a role in how hydrated you feel. Hot drinks can be soothing and may encourage slower sipping, which gives your body more time to absorb the fluid. Cold drinks might feel more immediately refreshing, especially in the heat of summer, but they often lead to quicker consumption and potentially quicker elimination. That being said, your body will hydrate from both warm and cold liquids equally well as long as you're drinking enough overall. Hydration also involves the broader context of what else is in your beverage. Coffee often comes with cream and sugar. While the amounts may vary, those extra ingredients can make a difference. Sugar, for instance, can affect how quickly your body absorbs fluids, and too much of it can work against optimal hydration. Tea is usually consumed with less sugar or additives, particularly in its herbal forms. This keeps it closer to the natural hydrating quality of plain water. There's also something to be said about how our individual habits shape the hydration value of tea and coffee. If your morning cup of coffee is followed by 2 more before lunch, you may be consuming more caffeine than your body can efficiently process, leading to jitteriness and a possible need to urinate more frequently. On the flip side, if you sip tea throughout the day, especially non-caffeinated kinds, you may be building a strong hydration habit without even realizing it. Interestingly, research conducted in recent years has shown that caffeinated drinks like coffee and tea do not significantly dehydrate the body when consumed in moderation. A study from the University of Birmingham, for example, has found that there were no meaningful differences in hydration levels between individuals who consumed coffee and those who drank an equal amount of water. This finding has helped reshape public perception and encourage people to reconsider their beverage choices based on their own needs rather than old myths. There's also the psychological element. Tea often promotes a sense of calm, a gentle pause in your day, while coffee is associated with stimulation and productivity. These associations influence how and when we drink these beverages. Someone seeking a tranquil evening wind down is more likely to reach for herbal tea. Someone powering through a late morning meeting may grab another cup of coffee. In both cases, hydration might not even be the immediate goal, but it becomes an important side benefit if the drink is mostly water-based and consumed in reasonable amounts. Of course, personal tolerance and individual body chemistry play a huge role. Some people are more sensitive to caffeine and may experience stronger diuretic effects. Others metabolize caffeine quickly and don't feel much of a difference. If you find yourself feeling dehydrated after coffee, it may not be the coffee itself, but the amount or what you're pairing it with. Drinking coffee alongside water or alternating between the two can help mitigate any potential issues. Tea lovers might also appreciate the variety of hydration benefits found in different types of tea. Green tea contains antioxidants and compounds that support metabolism. Hibiscus tea is rich in vitamin C and can have cooling effects on the body. Ginger tea soothes the stomach while keeping you hydrated. There's almost a tea for every occasion. That flexibility makes it easier to build hydration into your day without needing to think too much about it. Another factor to consider is the lifestyle that comes with these drinks. Coffee is often associated with fast-paced mornings, busy cafes, and drive-thrus. Tea is more linked to quiet moments, reflection, and sometimes even rituals like afternoon tea. These cultural patterns might influence how much fluid you're actually taking in and how mindful you are while doing it. Rushed coffee might be gulped down and followed by hours without another drink. A slowly sipped tea encourages a steadier pace and possibly more frequent refills. Ultimately, when choosing between tea and coffee for hydration, the answer is not as simple as one being better than the other. Both drinks offer hydration benefits when consumed sensibly. Tea, especially the non-caffeinated varieties, does have the edge in terms of purity and gentleness on the system. Coffee, despite its higher caffeine content, can still contribute to daily fluid intake and doesn't deserve its outdated reputation as a dehydrating villain. What matters more than the beverage you choose is how you incorporate it into your overall lifestyle. Are you drinking enough fluids across the day? Are you balancing caffeinated drinks with water or other hydrating choices? Are you listening to your body's cues for thirst, fatigue, or dry skin? These are the questions that help guide a more holistic approach to hydration. In the end, tea and coffee both have their place. They bring flavor, comfort, and energy to our lives. If you love coffee, there's no need to give it up in the name of hydration. Just be mindful of your intake and consider balancing it with water or lower caffeine choices. And if you're already a tea drinker, enjoy the extra hydration perks, especially if you're sipping herbal blends. Whether your cup is filled with robust coffee or calming tea, you're still making a meaningful contribution to your fluid needs. So the next time someone tells you that coffee dehydrates or that tea is the superior choice, you can smile and say it depends. Because in the fluid-filled world of human health, balance is always the real winner. Thanks for joining us today as we explored the age-old debate between tea and coffee, and which one actually keeps you more hydrated. It turns out the answer isn't as clear-cut as you might think. Both drinks, when enjoyed in moderation, can absolutely contribute to your daily hydration. Tea, especially the herbal and caffeine-free kinds, might have a slight advantage. But coffee isn't the dehydrating villain it's often made out to be. What really matters is how you drink them, how often, and how your body responds. If you're sipping coffee in the morning and switching to herbal tea in the evening, you're likely covering all your hydration bases without even trying too hard. So whether you're team tea or team coffee, the best choice is the one that fits your rhythm, keeps you feeling good, and helps you stay mindful about your fluid intake. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow tea and coffee lovers. Let us know in the comments what your go-to drink is and how it fits into your daily routine. Until next time, stay hydrated, stay curious, and enjoy every sip.